You got the whole world. Anything. Hey, I'm just sitting here on my porch just looking. What am I looking at? I'm looking to the hills from whence cometh my help. For my help, some of y'all know the rest. Um, I just wanted to come on and just tell everybody, just be as calm as you can.
Hey, man, I say my prayers and I'm a spiritual person. And I'm going to let God settle all this craziness and all this. But we can't all do that, Eddie. But that's what I'm doing, dude.
Listen to me. I would love to work with Eddie. Eddie won't return my call, so maybe one day we'll have a conversation. But Eddie, I think Eddie got to a place in his life. He's like, look, I've done it all. I've seen it all. Peace out. So I don't know. I love to work.
It's looking like Tyler Perry might be the first big-name accused predator to finally be held accountable. He's currently facing a serious lawsuit filed by an actor who claims Tyler assaulted him during the production of one of his TV shows. And honestly, this is coming after years of whispers and accusations about how he behaved around younger actors on set. Now here's the thing, even though Hollywood had been turning a blind eye to all of this for the longest time and still kept working with him, suddenly everybody has something to say now that things are getting messy. But there's one person who stayed clear of him from the beginning, and that's none other than Eddie Murphy. Tyler's been trying to get Eddie on his side for years. He shouted him out in interviews, sent him movie offers, literally doing the most to bring him in. But Eddie never gave in. He kept his distance no matter how hard Tyler tried. And now it's starting to make sense. Eddie's refusal to get close to Tyler doesn't seem random anymore, especially now that Tyler's entire empire is showing cracks and more disturbing accusations are surfacing. Let's be real. When someone as powerful as Tyler Perry gets hit with these kinds of allegations, it really makes you think, who saw the red flags early and backed away before things exploded? So in this video, we're going to break down everything. The lawsuit against Tyler, why he was so desperate to get Eddie Murphy on board, and what Eddie might have known about Tyler's alleged predatory behavior all along.
Tied the complaint, Tyler Perry has been using his power and influence to mock out impressionable and vulnerable employees and actors who look to him for guidance and mentorship while pursuing their dreams.
Okay, let us start by discussing this case against Tyler Perry, which has Hollywood abuzz at the moment. Actor Derek Dixon, who starred in more than 80 episodes of Perry's popular television series Ruthless and The Oval, recently launched a lawsuit that has the potential to completely upend Tyler Perry's studio. Tyler Perry is facing some extremely serious accusations: SA, inappropriate conduct, retaliation, and running a predatory work environment, all laid out in a lawsuit filed in Los Angeles Superior Court. And you won't believe how much money is involved in this case: $260 million. Yeah, you heard that right. But honestly, the story behind the lawsuit is even wilder than the dollar amount. According to the actor bringing the case, Derek Dixon, things took a dark turn not long after Tyler cast him. Dixon says that Tyler began grooming him almost immediately. At first, it started with compliments, promises of big production deals, and offers to help move his career forward. But things quickly flipped. What followed, according to Dixon, were inappropriate text messages, unwanted advances, and what he's calling coercive SA. And apparently, this wasn't some one-time incident. Dixon laid out a disturbing pattern that spanned years, from being groped on set to a horrifying encounter during a cast trip in the Bahamas, where he says he was forcibly assaulted. He claims that Tyler consistently made inappropriate comments about his looks and would ask really invasive personal questions about his sex life, and that's just scratching the surface. And then in another creepy message, Tyler compared Dixon to a rose, but added that he's so blocked that you refuse to be smelled or opened. But hold up, y'all, it gets even crazier. In his complaint, Dixon claims Tyler asked him what position he was, and then confessed that he himself is a top. And according to Dixon, Tyler also told him when you have a big D, and when you hit the G spot on these bottoms, they go crazy. Dixon also claims that Tyler told him he was looking for a friend with benefits, and he wanted to find a man who was in a relationship with someone else, but would also agree to sleep with him on the side. Dixon said Tyler explained he preferred this arrangement because he did not have time to deal with the emotional aspect of a relationship, only the physical. Dixon claims that Tyler threatened repercussions and dangled possibilities by abusing his position as studio chief and showrunner. According to reports, Tyler once said that he would provide Dixon with a pilot he had written, but only if he accepted specific requirements. Dixon also alleged that his character on The Oval was abruptly killed off, and that his calls were no longer answered when he refused refused to cooperate. Dixon described the psychological toll as terrible. He experienced physical symptoms, sadness, and PTSD. In addition, he claims that by leaving everything behind, he lost over $500,000. In response, Tyler's legal team quickly denied all of the allegations, saying Dixon's case is a money-grabbing fraud.
Attorney for Perry and his production company denied the allegations in a statement to Access, claiming that Dixon is, quote, an individual who got close to Tyler Perry for what now appears to be nothing more than setting up a scam. The statement went on to note that Perry, quote, will not be shaken down, and that his counsel is confident these fabricated claims will fail. When asked for comment, Dixon's legal team told Access that at this time they believe the complaint speaks for itself.
However, the issue is that this kind of accusation regarding Tyler taking advantage of young male performers is not new. Although rumors have been circulating for years, Derek Dixon may be the first to take it to court. Actor Christian Keyes actually caused a stir 2 years ago when he posted a mysterious video in which he claimed to have been harassed by 2 influential black men in Hollywood. Christian gave enough clues that everyone assumed one of those individuals was Tyler Perry, even though he did not specify any names. Christian stated that he was motivated to come forward and tell his experience by Cassie's lawsuit against Diddy. He also noted that young men in the industry frequently experience this kind of thing, but the majority of them are afraid to discuss it candidly.
It reminded me about not just me, because it was brutal going through it, because it lasted for years.
Now remember, Christian made his Hollywood debut in 2005 with Tyler Perry's Diary of a Mad Black Woman. He then collaborated with Tyler on several films, including All the Queen's.
I kept one of these on me since '05. Whether it's a keychain recorder or a pen, because most predators would check your phone. And once I was like, well, I got to protect me, because I'm saying no, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work. So I started recording. So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off. I have recordings when I wasn't working with them or for them. I have recordings of them confessing that, the other guys that they have on the payroll, all of the above. And the difference is, the wonderful thing about confidentiality agreements and non-disclosure agreements is that they can't prevent you from turning all of those things over to the police. As a crime, attempted sexual was a felony. Literally strategically planning my next 8 moves. I'm good. God got me, because he was watching when I was offered these opportunities and I didn't say yes. I didn't sell my soul or my ass. Excuse my French, y'all. I know some of y'all, hopefully y'all have no kids around, but I didn't sell nothing for success. It's like, nah, that's not what I want. Statute of limitations expire. It's not about money, but I'm gonna have to take the receipts, the recordings down to the police department and let them hear this individual. I wasn't working for him in the month and the year that he showed up to my apartment and offered me $100,000 to take my clothes off. He said, I don't even need to touch you. I just want to see you naked. I declined. because again, scenic route. I got my integrity with me. I'll take the long way around. But being that I wasn't working with him and we were in my apartment, he had visited my apartment to offer me a job of this fall because the lead of this particular project was going to do something else, so he needed another lead. I recorded it because I didn't trust him, and I had told him over and over, and he still always tried shit. Just tried shit. So if people don't believe me, they can hear him in his voice. I have always kept
Have you ever thought of a Medea meets the Clumps? You know I love to come in here and give you some ideas.
Listen to me. I would love to work with Eddie. Eddie won't return my calls. So maybe one day we'll have a conversation. But I think Eddie got to a place in his life. He's like, look, I've done it all. I've seen it all. Peace out. So I don't know. I'd love to work with Eddie on something for sure.
You just gotta walk up on him the next time you guys are one of these Oscar parties.
No, Eddie doesn't show up anywhere. Eddie is a recluse. He shows up nowhere. If I find him, I will corner him.
Tyler Perry and push the baby out.
statute of limitations expire. It's not about money, but I'm gonna have to take the receipts, the recordings down to the police department and let them hear this individual. I wasn't working for him in the month and the year that he showed up to my apartment and offered me $100 grand to take my clothes off. He said, I don't even need to touch you. I just want to see you naked. I declined. Because again, scenic route. I got my integrity with me. I'll take the long way around. But being that I wasn't working with him and we were in my apartment, he had visited my apartment to offer me a job of this fall because the lead of this particular project was going to do something else, so he needed another lead. I recorded it because I didn't trust him, and I had told him over and over, and he still always tried shit. Just tried shit. So if people don't believe me, they can hear him in his voice. I have always kept